Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and welcome to Game 2 in a best-of-3 series between Foxer Prime and OGS Zenio. Foxer, or Fake Boxer, is going to be spawning on the bottom left of Shakuras Plateau right here as the red Terran. OGS Zenio being the blue Zerg in the top right. Zenio, being way far away from Foxer this time, should be able to drop a natural hatchery without too many problems, unlike that game on Metalopolis that we just witnessed. And Foxer, on the other hand, probably going to be sticking to his very quick 2 racks, tons of Marines play. We'll see if Zenio actually goes for a Baneling Nest this time instead of a Roach Warren. He built a Roach Warren, but actually never got a single Roach out in that last game, and fell pretty swiftly to the mass Marines of the future MarineKing, as he did change his name for GSL3. Foxer did, to MarineKing, which is a pretty good name, I suppose, for him. Not too inventive, but it's better than Hope Torture. So Zenio, he has to be aware. The guy's changing his name to MarineKing. He has to know that the guy really favors super early aggression. So Zenio, it's up to him to try and figure out what build is going to be best for combating that. And it looks like he is going to be going hatch first, just because he's sending this drone over to this area without even having enough minerals now, and still building in more drones. This thing could be mining right now, but instead he's just chilling, waiting for 300 minerals to magically appear, and finally he drops the hatchery. Right there, it is natural. Foxer, on the other hand, is actually building a barracks down at the bottom of his ramp and another one up at the top of his ramp. Does not have an orbital command done yet, obviously, because the barracks haven't completed, but he hasn't got a single gas going either. So, in typical MarineKing fashion, or Foxer fashion, he is going mass Marines once again, but it looks like an orbital command is going to come up. Obviously, if you've got a Marine-heavy build like mass Marines, that orbital command with constant mules is going to be super nice to have. A great macro tool for Terrans to use all the time. Spawning pool coming up for Zenio before a gas. I'm not sure if he's going to be going for quick speed or not. Either way, he is going to want some Vespene gas so that he can get Banelings eventually. It looks like Foxer is going to be scouting the wrong position first, but through the process of elimination he will know that Zenio is up here in the top right. So he can start rallying Marines over there, and look, he already has started rallying these guys. Let's see exactly where they're rallied to. Probably all the way up into the main. Yeah, they were there just for a second. Now it appears they are over at the hatchery. Did that SCV actually get up in there to have a look? No, he hasn't yet, but now they're arriving, and he could actually start building bunkers here. I'm not sure if he's going to, but Zenio has pulled 5 drones already to start mining at the natural. One of them is going to become a spine crawler here. A second spine crawler would really help him out if he can afford it. He is making lots of lings, which of course is a great idea against this super early Marine aggression. Still doesn't have any gas that I know about. No geysers at all, so he's going heavy ling, queen, and spine crawler defense this time around. Foxer is sending just a ton of Marines as expected. He's got 5 of them right now along with 2 SCVs. He can probably start to try to build a bunker here soon, but all of his minerals are being invested in more units. And a command center actually going down at his natural, so if this push doesn't work, at least he'll be in a decent position going into the mid-game. Here he loses all of his units basically right away to these Ling, Spinecrawler, and Queen combo. That Queen popped out at a great time to actually be able to fend that off, and now Zenio is sitting pretty, delaying that geyser for so long. Now you can see it going up. Actually allowed him to have enough Lings and Spinecrawlers to be able to defend against the super early Marine aggression, not Magression. But 2 barracks up still, command center going up, double gas coming now, so MarineKing probably going to be starting to tech up, getting upgrades at least for his many Marines, and also a 3rd barracks coming now for Foxer, and a 4th barracks, so he's going to try and wall off this ramp with just barracks here. Zenio, on the other hand, what is he going to be doing? He is actually taking this time to drone up. He feels like a champion, fending off that early aggression. Now he does have 1 extractor going. I would like to see 2, 3, or 4 now, because he's going to need something very gas heavy to be able to combat all these Marines. Obviously can't stay on speedlings forever. He does not have a Baneling Nest yet, or a Roach Warren, or a Lair, so not sure what he's going to be aiming for here going into the mid-game. All these barracks are going to be completing soon. That wall off is complete as he scooted that barracks over and started building a tech lab on it so he can get combat shield, stim pack, and another tech lab here so he could get those upgrades even faster. Is he going to build a Marauder or a Reaper? That's the real question. And is he going to build an engineering bay to get +1 weapons? There we see 2 Marauders are coming now, and a Baneling Nest has been started for Zenio. So Zenio should be making some more units by now. He's only got 5 Lings available to combat anything that Foxer throws at him, but he is getting a 3rd gas now. No 4th just yet, but he will have enough gas to be able to afford Banelings or Roaches. Looks like he's not going to be getting a Roach Warren just yet. He could actually be making a lair right now, transitioning into Muta Baneling Ling, which I would love to see, but he hasn't started it just yet. Still just making lots of drones from the looks of things. Actually 6 more Lings coming out now, so he might be just gathering up all these Lings outside the front of Boxer's base and maybe attempting a Baneling bust. Oh, check this out, Zenio dropping a sneaky hatchery down here at the bottom spawn location. I like that. Foxer probably is not going to be able to scout that for a while since he's just so dependent on this bio force. He hasn't even built a factory yet, or a 3rd or 4th gas. I don't know about this supply depot placement. I guess it doesn't matter since he can sink it anyway, but Zenio is just scouting all around the place. He has 1 Zergling patrolling these 2 bases to make sure Foxer doesn't push out of his base without him knowing about it. He has control of the watchtowers right now. If you take Zenio's view, actually, look at the minimap. He just has all that vision. Foxer, on the other hand, only has his corner. He has never dropped a scan on Zenio's main. He will not see this lair starting right now, or this evolution chamber, or the Baneling Nest. So now he's moving across the map with how many Marines? 15 Marines and 5 Marauders. So he's going to want to put the Marauders in the front of his group so that the Banelings that have already been built by Zenio don't just smash into those Marines and vaporize them all. Zenio doing a great job here. Because he had so much map vision, he knows this attack is coming, pulls all his Lings and Banelings down to the bottom here so that they can surround. He's got defenses up the front, Zerglings and Banelings coming in the back. There's nowhere for those Marines to go, and the Zerglings and Banelings just crash right in and take them all out very swiftly. This remaining force for Foxer is going to be taken out quite quickly by all these Speedlings. There's even 2 more Marauders showing up late to the party that are just going to get surrounded and killed immediately. They may have killed a Zergling. I'm not even sure if that happened, but at this point Zenio has to be feeling very comfortable. He's got 3 bases up now against Foxer's 2. He's got a Spire coming now. As that lair completed, he started to build that Spire. He's now getting Baneling speed and just more drones. Got to be feeling comfortable. He's at 79 food now against 74 Foxer, and he keeps pushing up this ramp just to see what Foxer has. I don't know if he's going to start morphing Banelings right here and try to do a bust or not. Might be waiting for that Zergling Baneling speed actually to complete, or be waiting for Mutalisks to arrive. He's just doing a great job containing everything right now. He knows that Foxer isn't expanding. He knows when he's going to push out because he has control of those watchtowers, and he has his Overlord watching this back area here in case the Marines push out and try to come this direction. So Zenio just doing a great job being a Zerg right now. Foxer, on the other hand, pinned into his base. He's got 4 barracks going now and actually building 2 more. He built a factory in the meantime and put a reactor on it so that he can start making medevacs, but I just don't know if it's going to be effective being on 2 bases for so long, allowing the Zerg to take the entire map. +1 weapons, researching right now for that infantry, of course, is a very important upgrade to have. He's got stim already, and he should have combat shields. Yes, he does. Zenio just bouncing these Zerglings back and forth constantly. I'm not sure what that's about, but Foxer is sending a scouting factory. That Spire should be complete. Yes, it is, and Zenio is actually dropping a 4th hatchery here into his main. He's upgrading +1 Mutalisk weapons right now and creating 10 Mutas right there in the production tab. We saw 10 coming out at a single time. Foxer looks like he is content with his numbers right now, despite only having 2 medevacs here to support this huge force of about 20 Marines and 10 Marauders. He's got the scouting factory there doing nothing yet. Hasn't even gotten over here yet. He drops a scan to see Zenio's forces right there, but I don't believe he saw those Mutalisks. We'll see what happens here. The Marauders out front, like I said earlier, to protect against the Banelings, but the Mutalisks are just going to be able to peck away at them freely because the Marines are so far behind. Almost all the Marauders went down there, and a large number of Marines are still alive. including these reinforcements that just showed up. But check out the Muta numbers right here for Zenio. He's got so many Mutalisks, and they just chew right through those remaining forces of Foxer. Zenio actually could do a counterattack right now, but instead it looks like he's just going to expand on his lead and wait for the army that he wants before actually doing a counterattack. Foxer actually still moving now with Marines and Medevacs. He finally realizes what he's doing and stops that. He does not want to lose those for no reason. All these Mutalisks still in good shape here, taking out this scouting factory. Foxer is reclaiming the watchtowers in the middle of the map, at least one of them here, and probably going to be taking this other one. No reason to allow Zenio to have any watchtowers without committing some sort of force to it. But lots of Mutalisks now moving for Zenio, as well as a lot of Speedlings and Banelings. He saw something he didn't like. He actually backed off there, and Foxer has switched to just Marines yet again. Marines and Medevacs. No Marauders this time to be tanking for the Banelings. Well, except one, and he's going to die instantly to this flock of Mutas. And Zenio is coming in now, trying to take out what he can. The first Medevac goes down very swiftly. The Zerglings try to pin these Marines in place for the Banelings, but Zenio doesn't like the concave that Foxer has, so he goes ahead and runs on home. He's got creep tumors all over the place to help his mobility, but since the Marines can just stim and run away, Banelings will just take one shot to kill these Marines. Mutalisks are going to just decimate them with that 1-0 attack right now. The Marines have 1-0 as well, but without any armor upgrades and these constant stimming, these constant stims, this giant cloud of mutas is just going to be devastating against that number of Marines. So it's 157 supply for Zenio. Take a look at income real quick. He is on top of Foxer by about 300 or 400 minerals per minute, and almost double the gas, about 70% more gas income off of those 3 bases, soon to be 4 here. This one just completed, and more Banelings are morphing constantly. Foxer still only on 2 bases. Zenio is actually patrolling those 2 bases with that Ling he's just permanently there patrolling, and all these Mutalisks, I can't wait for this next engagement because it's probably going to be extremely one-sided. Finally the Lings start to move in there. Stim micro by Foxer, trying to keep all these Marines alive. I don't really see how this is going to work out for him, though. They only have 55 health against, just superior numbers, superior units. He's got Infestors out now. Fungal growth is going to be massive here in this engagement for getting the Banelings to hit what they need to. Actually, the Baneling speed on the creep is all he needs. There wasn't even a single fungal there. He didn't even need it. But now the Infestors start to move forward, and they do get a great fungal on these Medevacs and Marines. The Mutalisks love having their targets just sitting still for them as they come in and destroy absolutely everything. This Muta number has barely decreased throughout the game. It is still at a healthy 19, almost all of them still in the green. Foxer has to be reeling right now. He's at a 173 to 90 food disadvantage, and Zenio, every encounter just gets better and better for him. He's on 4 bases now. Foxer did build another command center here, but has not moved it yet. I don't know if Foxer is familiar with late game tactics as Terran, as pretty much all he does are those Marine rushes with 2, 4, 6, 8 barracks in his main right now. This huge cloud of mutas finally shows up. Take out that turret almost instantly. If you look at the mini-map, I'll do a little picture-in-picture there for that Zergling mass if it starts to get moving across the map here. But these mutas are just taking care of business now. They're going to be able to kill off so many production structures here that Foxer will not be able to recover even if he holds his front. And yeah, he's not even trying to defend against these mutas right now. He's just barely holding on at the front, and he GG's out of the game. Zenio does a great job just being a good Zerg macro player there on Shakuras Plateau, getting all those bases up, containing Foxer into his main and his natural, keeping excellent map vision to make sure he doesn't go anywhere he's not supposed to, pins him in place with fungals, gets all the speed upgrades for Banelings and Speedlings, and just surrounds the bio units of Foxer. So now let's move into Game 3. We'll see if Foxer's early game can win out against Zenio's early defense in a final game and see who will advance to the round of 8.